Welcome back to another video, guys. In the last video we did 5 packets of the OS 3 1986. So I can barely contain myself with these sitting in the house, so I've got another 5 packets. I want to get them all out pretty much ASAP because I want to get them all graded and cleaned up and sleeved and in card savers and stuff. So let's open up some more. I had a go at cleaning up the ones from the last pack. They're still stained though, so all the surface bubble gum did come off. I used a bit of steam. There's a bit of damage on the back card there, so I used a bit of steam and all the surface stuff came off, but it did stain the actual cards themselves, so I won't send those off to get graded. I don't think there's any point. They're not going to come back with a good grade or anything like that. They're pretty badly damaged when you look at them up close. So these first cards, I'm not hopeful for them. I reckon they're just gonna, I'll just put them in my collection somewhere and just be thankful that we got some other good cards out of them, hopefully. So there's the first card, Creamed Keith. So that one's got the bubble gum on the front. Not nearly as noticeable as some of the other ones. I mean, you can see a bit of a stain just down the bottom here. Actually stained the card, but the rest of the card is not too bad. Like, if I clean that up, it probably wouldn't be that bad, but we will see. Alright, second card, Tatum Pole. Looking really nice. One thing I am coming across, and I'm not sure if anybody else has them on their Season 3 cards, but some of the edges are just scuffed up. Like, they're a bit rough. I'm not sure why. But if anyone else has come across that, let me know what's going on. Alright, third card. Mushy Marsha. Beautiful card. Centering's really nice. A little bit left to right, but not too bad at all. Just a nice looking card. Then we have Beth Death. Pretty classic GPK card. Centering's not terrible. One of the corners, top right corner's a little soft. Not sure if you can see that on the camera. And the top is just rough, like around there. So I don't know what's going on. Whether they just weren't great at cutting them back then, or if they've all been cut off like a sheet or something, and they're just not crisp on the edges, the sides. There you go, Beth Death. Oh, great centering, Toady Terry. So you can see on the bottom there, you can see all that sort of roughness from the cut. I'm not sure if that affects grading, I'm sure it would. And then on the back, there is a little damage on the back, I think, from the wax as well. Not sure if it comes up on camera, you can just pick it up there. Just on the top left, near the hat. But even if half of these grade up okay, then it's worth doing it. I mean, it's worth doing it anyway, just to preserve them and get them put aside. But, oh, I wish there was a less nerve-wracking way to open these things up. Has anybody else out there opened up old cards that are just wax sealed? Now, I don't know much about vintage cards, so I'm not sure if, a lot of people talk about sorting and people go through them and then reseal them up and stuff like that. I have no idea what to look out for with stuff like that, so let's just hope that they're not sorted and gone through. Okay, first card with the bubble gum on the front is Thick Vic. And damaged on the bottom, that's okay, we'll put that one aside. So you can see the tops on all of those. Like really, really weird. And it's like, oh, look at that one. So you can see they just haven't been cut really that cleanly. I'm not sure what's going on. But let's get into it. Horsey Henry. So this pack's not quite as good as the first pack that I opened up on the other video. They're a little bent. The edges are not great. But we'll see what we get. Stuck Chuck. The centering's about usual. not the best. Bottom's terrible on the edge. Then we have Snooty Sam, the A card for US Arnie, which I really want to find. Backs are nice. Edge is not too bad on that one, just the top is a bit weird. Then we have Smelly Sally in the sardine can. Cool artwork. So has anybody else that's opened these up, have you got any of these sort of edges like on the older cards at all? Because I've got a couple of PSA graded ones and they're pretty much perfect, and I don't see any of that. But you can see like obviously along the top there. Anyways, let's get on with it. 3 packs left. Now obviously these packs I'm just taking my time opening them up because I'm not sure if the wax is stuck to the card. So I've just got to be really careful with it. Once it pulls off the card, then I'm pretty much sweet. I can just pry it apart like that. Crazy to think that with all the heat cycles these cards and packs will have been through. Oh, look at that centering off the bat. Bit of broken gum there on the front. Let's pry it off. King Size Kevin is the first one. Terrible centering, but probably not much thought given to it at the time that these were printed. And the wax mark on the front, put that aside. Then we have Stare and Darren. We've got that from one of the other packs as well, actually. So that will be a bit of a duplicate. Centering looks really good. Edges still suffering from a little bit of that scuffing or whatever it is. We have Hippie Skippy, which I pulled out of one of the first 5 packets that I opened up as well. But beautiful artwork. Sticky Rick. Which is awesome. Those edges look a lot better except for maybe this top one. And then at the back, one of the cards that I was actually trying to find, Dinosaur. Centering might prevent that getting a really good grade, and there's some wax. There's some of the packets stuck on the back, so I'm gonna have to be careful and try to get that off. Being a puzzle piece, it might blend in a little bit even if I do manage to just scuff it slightly, but I should be okay. I should make that one look really, really good. And edges are nice. Okay, 2 packets left. It's crazy opening up, just you can tear through new packets so quickly, but then when it comes to opening up old packets, you got to be so careful about every little thing, the way you open them up, and like checking for like all this little damage, like just there as you're opening them up, making sure you're aware of all of that. And just everything is just so much more delicate than ripping into like a new hobby box of modern cards where you just don't care. And even with the chrome finish, they're very difficult to damage. Whereas these, it feels like I'm just being super cautious with them. Alright, bubblegum's off in one piece. Maybe I'll do a giveaway one day with this 37-year-old bubblegum. What do you reckon? Okay, first one, Marvin Gardens. 92A. Got the bubblegum mark on the front and the stain down the bottom, but that's okay, we'll put that to the side. Not going to send those in to get graded, any of the bubblegum ones. Karate Kate. Really nice centering actually. A little bit to the bottom, but sides look really good. Back is a puzzle piece. Then we have KO'd Cody. Centering's not bad. Corners look good. Edges are a bit hit and miss. I'm not sure how hard they go on edges if they're factory cut like that for grading. But they're not perfect cards, so they're probably not going to grade perfectly. KO'd Cody. Wanted on the back. Then we have Snooty Sam again. I was hoping it was US Arnie. We need the B card. And we need the B card to be better centered than that. But it's alright. Bit of a soft edge on the bottom left. Centering's not great, but 37-year-old cards. Then we have Target Margaret. Cool looking card. A bit of fuzz just on the edge there, which unfortunately was part of the edge, but it was coming off. And I think that has the damage on the back. Just there. I think with a bit of steam, I can just rub those off. Got to just be slow with it, but that should come off okay. I don't think that's going to stain anything. Alright, last of the 5 packets in this particular video. Come on, we haven't got a Roybot yet. Oh, this one looks really, really sealed. It's okay, it's off the card, so we can rip it. And then just peel it back here at the edge. Oh, steady hands. I feel like a surgeon right now. I feel like there's just, you know, so much responsibility when you're dealing with cards that have not even seen the light of day for 37 years. So the back of that card's good. There's a little damage just along the seam. Just a bit of wax. I'll be going over all of these cards with a fine-tooth comb before I send them in. And again, it's just to get them slabbed just for preservation. Not because I think they're going to grade at 10s or they're going to be worth lots of money. But just so that there's, you know, there's no more damage that's going to occur in the future with them. So the bubblegum card, Mac Quack. Which I don't think we have the A card for yet. I'll put that with the bubblegum cards. Then we have Babbling Brook. The old school artwork, there's just something about it. It just looks cool. Then we have Frankenstein. Let's get this packet out of the way. Okay, Frankenstein. Actually, that's a really cool card. I wish that was centered up, because then I'd put it in my personal collection once it's all graded. Although there is a little bit of damage maybe just along the side there. It's either a printing defect or a bit of just damage. Doesn't look like damage though. Don't know if anybody knows of any printing defects, green printing defects for this particular card. 112A, just along the cutout, let me know. Otherwise looks good. Galloping Glen. $86B. Then behind that, Large Marge. Checklist on that one too. Then we have Large Marge. Centering's about as you would expect from these particular cards. Not a lot of attention to detail back in the day. There probably still isn't, to be honest. Puzzle back. A little bit of damage just here. Not sure if that will clean up or not. Just the glossy section at the back's gone. Maybe a little bit through the middle too. So in terms of grading, not the best. I might actually select just the cream of the crop out of these particular ones that I've opened up. Because there are a lot of areas where they can take grade away from some of these particular cards. Alright, that's it for this particular one, guys. Now we've gone through 10 packs of the 1986 third series. I've got 5 packs left of those. I'm really keen to get them opened up, so I might actually film it tonight and then just leave it a couple of days just before I upload it. But keep an eye on the channel. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for all the likes and watches. It really does give me the motivation to sort of, you know, keep ordering things and open them up and go through them all and discover sort of all of these cool cards together. So yeah, let me know what you're collecting. Let me know what your thoughts are. Well, let me know what you want me to open up in the future. But I sent off 51 UFC cards today. to a company in Australia called CGA, Card Grading Australia. They're in New South Wales. So it'll take me a little bit of time to get those back. But even when we get graded cards back, I'll open them up on video and we'll go through them all together. And I don't know, it's just interesting. But let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Thanks, legends.